Hello guys, Mike here. We're once again testing tablets and this time is the Asus Transformer Pad Infinity. We have it right here, we have the docking station as well, and we're going to have a look at what's probably right now the best Android tablet on the market. This is just a quick review. If you want more in-depth details of particular aspects of this tablet, you should see our other clips here on Gadget GM YouTube channel. Thanks. The Asus Transformer Infinity is perhaps the best Android tablet available right now on the market. It's just been released here in Europe in June 2012, and it's one of the few devices that will bring a full HD display on Android. We have it right here. This is a pre-release sample and we're playing with it before the actual launch. Just so we have some first impressions, and this is the video review for our test unit. First of all, let's have a quick look on the sides and on the exterior. This is a very thin laptop. It's slim, it's not very heavy, and it does feel quite nice in the hand. It's definitely lighter and thinner than the Transformer TF300, the cheaper Android transformer on the market, but it's pretty much on par with the Transformer Prime that was launched recently this year. Having a look on the back, you're going to notice that the exterior is made from metal. It has the same rounded texture, circular texture on the outside. It looks good and it feels quite good as well. One change though, here on top you have a plastic part, and that's because beneath it is the new wireless system, the GPS receiver. You probably know that the Transformer Prime had problems with those, with wireless signal and GPS signal. Those are solved on the Infinity by using this plastic wrap, which actually looks quite good. The entire thing is one of the best looking tablets I've seen. Now on the edges, you're going to notice that they're not very sharp, which is actually a good thing, because you can hold it like this and it will be quite comfortable. On the iPad, that's one thing I don't really like, the fact that it has sharp edges that will damage your heart, will hurt your hand. Okay, let's have a quick look on the sides and see what you get on this device. First of all, on this part you have a microphone, and on the back there is a speaker. Only one speaker with a small grill here on the left side of the tablet. You also have a camera with flash and another microphone here. The Asus logo. On this other side you have a micro SD card reader, you have another microphone, you have the HDMI port, and you have the headset and microphone port. On the bottom you have the charging port, the standard Asus charging port. You're also going to use this to connect to a docking station and to a computer. The docking station latches, and on top you have the power button over here and the volume rocker on this other side. Now on the front, just a nice sheet of glass. It looks good. You have a front-facing camera here. You have a luminosity sensor, a proximity sensor. Actually, it's a luminosity sensor, and that's pretty much all you get here. No buttons, no extra details. Now let's have a quick look at the screen. The screen is actually the tablet's greatest asset. It's a 10.1-inch display like we saw on all the other Transformers. However, this one brings higher resolution. It's an FHD panel with 1920 by 1200 pixel resolution, and of course it's a super IPS. 600 nits brightness, which means it will be very bright and you will be able to use this outside. Now you can adjust the brightness here, as you can see, and of course if you're turning the super IPS mode it will be even brighter. I'm not going to show you how this screen performs outside in this clip, but there is a link. You can click it to see that experience. Okay, the screen of course manages to show excellent colors. You can see how vivid the colors are, and of course my camera is not really the best and it's not really capable of capturing the whole quality of the images displayed on this particular screen. I don't really have special tools to actually measure the color gamut and all this kind of stuff, but just based on my experience, I think the screen is actually quite good. Now, in terms of hardware and software, this one actually is one of the fastest Tegra 3 powered tablets available right now. It runs on a Tegra T33, which is a quad-core 1.6 GHz processor. Of course, you have multiple performance mode. You have the performance mode, the balance mode, and the power saving mode that will lower the frequency and help you extend the battery life when needed. And in terms of software, this runs on Android. Okay, this runs on Android 4.0.3. However, because this is just an early sample, this is not really the final version of the software, so there are some hiccups. Sometimes the interface is a bit sluggish, as you will see in the video review when we're going to talk about that part. Of course, this one also comes with 1 GB of RAM. It comes with wireless and 3G options, and there will be a version with 4G and LTE. However, that one will not be built on the Tegra 3 platform, but will come on a Snapdragon S4 hardware platform, because there are issues between LTE technology and Tegra 3. Of course, what sets the Transformer Infinity apart from most of the other Android tablets on the market is this. It has a docking station. Like all the Transformers, this one has a docking station as well. And this is in fact the same docking station that worked on the Transformer Prime. So if you already bought it, you don't have to buy it again. You can buy the tablet and you will be able to use it with this dock. Now, I'm not going to focus on this dock because I already have a video review that only speaks specifically about it. But let's have a quick look. We have brushed aluminum on the back with some rubber feet. On the front you have a keyboard, of course, with a trackpad. The trackpad is alright, a bit rugged, I'd say, and the buttons a bit stiff. As for the keyboard, it's definitely quite good. You will be able to input text without a problem with it. There's no flex, and there's very little noise as well. It's not a full-size keyboard, but will do the job. You have dedicated Android keys here on top, and some of them on the bottom as well. And let's have a look on the sides, see what we have here. You have an SD card reader. You can use this to extend the storage space on your tablet. You have the proprietary connector. This is used to connect this to a computer or to charge the device. These are the latches where you're going to attach the tablet. And on this other side, well, actually that was an USB port. Okay, sorry for that. This is an USB port, and this is the proprietary docking connector. And of course, inside there is a battery, a 22 watt-hour battery, and the two together should go for up to 16 hours of life, which in practice is more like 13 or 14, maybe based on what you're doing, but still, that's quite a lot. Now, let's see how you're going to connect the tablet with the docking station. The tablet has an arrow here and the docking station arrow here on this. You have to center the two arrows. Just press these two together and wait for the signal. Now this is connected. Of course, this means that the battery inside the docking station is charging the battery on the tablet. It means then you can use the trackpad to move a tiny cursor on the screen, and the two things together look like this. They weigh about 1.1 kilos, so it's quite compact. It's pretty much the same size as a netbook, just a bit thinner. Overall, the entire thing is very slick, very good looking, and it will be quite productive as well for an Android tablet. Okay, that's it with the docking station. If you're wondering how you're going to disconnect it, you have a latch here. Just press the latch towards the left and remove the tablet. It's just as easy as that. Definitely not complicated here. Okay, let's focus on the next part of the clip that will tell you a couple of things about interface and performances. This tablet is running Android 4.0. We're not going to get into that many details because most of you guys are probably familiar with it. If not, I have a video review of that particular operating system. Asus actually goes ahead and optimizes Android for their devices. This version doesn't have the final firmware, so there might be some sluggishness, there might be some hiccups, but overall everything is moving quite fast. You can see that I'm switching between screens here, and if I want to change the wallpapers, I can very easily do this. I can access the menu, I can access the widgets, I can scroll between the widgets, so everything is actually moving very fast here. And let's go ahead and have a quick look at the basic services. Of course, you have Google services with Gmail, with Maps, with local latitude and messengers, all this kind of stuff. So I'm just going to show you Maps. Should be okay. I'm not logged in. Okay, skip. So this is Google Maps. You can see that it's actually quite fast, and you have a bunch of options here. Plenty of options that you actually don't have on the Google Maps version for the iPad. So this is a good thing. So in terms of Google services, Android is actually top notch. If you want some of the other applications, well, that's a different story. You have to go to Play Store, and I'm still not very fond of how things are in Play Store. For instance, I'm searching for a Twitter application, which is one of my biggest problems with this device. The device is like this actually, and the official Twitter application, well, it's not integrated. It's not meant to work right on the big screen tablets like this one. Will be quite okay for smartphones, but not for tablets, because in most cases you can't really say which of the application here is meant for a big screen device like this one, especially one that has a full HD resolution. So there's plenty of working space that you're not going to be able to benefit from. And speaking of those, most of the applications available right now are not optimized for the high screen. Even the icons are not optimized for this, for the high resolution screen. So you will see the benefits when, for instance, going ahead online and reading something. Let's say we're going on our blog, which is tlbhd.com. And let me zoom in a little bit so you will see the differences. Okay, hopefully the camera will help us. Okay, that's it. Not really the best camera here, but I'm changing that. And you can see that the images and especially the font is very crisp. This is something you're not going to get on your regular resolution tablet, like the first generation iPad, the second generation iPad, or all the other Android slates available right now. And this is one of the things I really like about HD screens. The screen is very crisp, very easy to read. So if you're, I don't know, browsing a lot, reading books, stuff like this, you're going to love the screen. And speaking of browsing, of course the browser is decently good, decently fast. It will work with Flash animations, and of course supports JavaScript and all this kind of stuff, and have pinch to zoom, you have scrolling, so everything moves quite fast. But if you're going to deal with a bigger website, for instance like The Verge, it will take a bit of time for it to load. Or if you're going to deal with all Flash websites, once again there will be some problems. I'm pretty sure most of you guys will use this tablet for watching a lot of videos, and I'm going to show you that this can handle all types of videos. First of all, let's go ahead on YouTube, and we have here the Big Bunny animation in 1080p, and let's see how it will deal with this one. Well, it will take a bit of time to load the animation, but once it does load it, it will work flawlessly. And you will be able to hear the speakers as well. There's only one speaker on the back right side of the tablet, so it's not really the best in terms of audio quality, but it's not bad either. And you can see that everything is looking quite good, and syncing is smooth as long as the video was already pre-loaded. Otherwise you have to wait a bit for your internet connection to catch on. Okay, so that was YouTube. Now I'm also going to show you that you can run a bunch of different types of movie content. And I'm gonna start just with the 1080p's because this can handle all sorts of 720p content. And we have a 1080p VMW movie, and I'm playing it. Okay, this is a little bit loud. I'm playing it with just a standard player, and you can see that everything is working smooth. So there you go. And you also have the 1080p MKV, which actually won't run as smooth as I wanted to run, but it's still usable with a couple of different players. And if you want to know how you can actually play 1080p MKVs on this tablet, what you should use, click the link towards our multimedia part of this video review that will show you more about watching videos on the Asus Transformer Pad Infinity. Now we should also have a look at games, and we have a bunch of them here. Once again, I have a dedicated clip just for the games, but I will show you a couple of them. Of course, you can get games from Google Play, or you can get games from Tgera, where there are these THD titles that are supposed to be optimized for higher definition screens. However, none of them is optimized for the full HD screen of the Transformer Infinity. So right now you can't really actually benefit from all the details the screen can actually offer because the games are not optimized for it. But they will be quite soon. And in the meantime, I can still show you a couple of the titles here. And we have, of course, Fruit Ninja, which is quite classic. Here you go. But like I said, the textures are not optimized for full HD, so there's a little bit of pixelation. Okay, so this is Fruit Ninja, and what else do we have here? Well, I think we have Guerrilla Bob THD, which is another interesting game. Most of the good games come from the Nvidia Tgera. You can't really find very good games out of it for Android slates, with some exceptions of course. For instance, you have FIFA, you have PES, you have Need for Speed, and all these other titles made by some of the big companies that you can get in the Google Play Store. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you this. Graphics, quite good, I'd say. Not impressive, but decent. You just have to shoot these targets. I'm not really good at this game, but you get the point. No thanks. Let's go ahead and you have to kill these guys. Luckily they only have a pistol, so you get the idea. It gets a lot harder once you progress in this title. Okay, so this is another one. Okay, don't. Okay, so that was this game. I'm also going to show you Angry Birds, quite classic game here. I'm sure you all know Angry Birds by now. Gonna try just one title here. Hopefully I'll be able to hit that pig. Okay, so this is the game, Angry Birds. You already know what you have to do, and this is the new title, Angry Birds. Okay, Angry Birds Space. Okay, so those are just some of the games. I have a clip with a lot of other games. You should go ahead and check that one for more details. I should also mention some of the application Asus bundles with this tablet, and they're actually quite good. There are a bunch of those, and you have here my cloud for backup and storage in the cloud. You have my library that will go with an online store. It comes together with an online store for accessing books and magazines and all this kind of stuff. And you also have MyNet that can work as a streaming device. It will connect this to a computer or to, I don't know, different compatible device to stream content from one to another. You have Polaris Office, which is a docking editor, a docs editor. You get power, you get presentations, you get Excels, you get regular documents here. You can go ahead and access them, and you can edit them. You can use the keyboard and the trackpad on the docking station for those. And those are just some of the titles. Most of them are actually good. Now, I'm not going to focus on benchmarks. For benchmarks, you should see the title about benchmarks, the clip about benchmarks in this series of reviews for the Asus Transformer Prime. However, I'm gonna tell you a couple of things about this. And you probably know that the Transformer Prime had some problems with wireless speed, especially when you were getting a bit further away from your router and you had a couple of walls between you and the router. There were problems, performances were sluggish. But in this case, I've said already that they placed this plastic cover on top, and beneath it there's the antenna, and I can say that this is way faster than a Transformer Prime and way more reliable. In fact, there's a clip I've made only about wireless performances, comparing this one to the iPad 3 and the Transformer TF300, and you should probably see that one as well. The Transformer Infinity also has a very good camera. There are actually two of them. There's a 2 megapixel camera on the front right here for video calls, and the 8 megapixel camera on the back with autofocus, and of course with only an f2.2 aperture lens. And we're going to demo camera a little bit. We have a couple of subjects here, my iPhone case and a small room perfume. And let's go ahead and start the camera. Of course, this is a pretty standard interface with all the options available by Android, and it's pretty fast, and the quality is decent for a tablet. Of course, I'm not really a big fan of using tablets to take photos. If you want to do that, you can on the Transformer Prime. I'm going to compare the images and the clips I'll get on the Transformer Infinity with what you can get on the iPad 3, and more about those you should find in the video review, actually in the written review on tlbhd.com, and there will be a link in the description below for that one. We should also talk a bit about battery life. There's a 25 watt-hour battery inside this tablet, so it's slightly bigger than the one on the Asus Transformer Prime, but overall it should offer up to 10 hours of work on a single charge. My tests, well, they're not yet comprehensive because I didn't had enough time to actually test this properly, to test the battery life properly, but it should expect about 7 to 8 hours of life on average based on what you're doing. If you're watching movies, you might expect a little bit more. If you're playing games, you should expect probably like 6. That would be a fair assumption. Together with the docking station that adds another battery, a 22 watt-hour battery, this should run for about 13 to 14 hours, maybe more, for watching movies and very light use, probably less for gaming. One more thing I should tell you, well, this tablet does get hot, especially if you're using it with the screen brightness set towards maximum. The entire back will get warm. I'm not saying uncomfortably hot, will get warm, and this part here, the upper right part, will actually get a little bit hot. I can't say it's worse than what you get on the iPad 3, and I was definitely expecting this. So as long as you will put a leather jacket on this tablet, which is actually something I would advise you to do, you won't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with temperatures on my iPad 3, so I'm pretty sure I'm not going to have a problem with a Transformer Infinity either. Since I am testing this tablet before it was actually released, I can't really tell you specific details about the prices. I only have rumors right now and speculations. I'm not really sure how much it's going to cost. My sources claim it will be about $600 for the 32GB version of the Asus Transformer Infinity, which I find it a bit expensive. I hope it will be slightly cheaper, probably $499 for the 16GB, $549 for the 32GB. That would be a better price in my opinion. But we just have to wait about to see more details about this in the next couple of weeks when this will actually get in stores. In the meantime, if you want to find details about the prices, go on ahead, read the review, the written review. There will be information about those updated in that particular post. Alright, this pretty much wraps up our video review for the Asus Transformer Infinity. As you saw, it's perhaps one of the best Android tablets available right now on the market. It's powerful and it has an excellent screen. After using my iPad 3 for a while, I would definitely advise you buying a tablet with a full HD display or higher, because it's really something else, especially when reading text, when dealing with details. So this is going to be a very good device and I'm sure it will be popular. It will have plenty of accessories from Asus, like the docking station, cases, this kind of stuff, and it will have a fair price. It's not going to be cheap, but it will be evenly priced with the iPad 3. Now, if you want to compare this with some of the other tablets on the market in terms of Android slates, probably the Acer Iconia A700 will be its top competitor first of all, and then of course there's the iPad 3 and the lower end devices with Tegra 3 but standard resolution displays like the Asus TF300, the Acer Iconia A510 and some of the others. Okay, those are the details for now. Of course, this review has a couple of extra parts. You should find them on GadgetJM on our YouTube channel, and you should read the review, the written review on tabletHD.com. And if you have any questions, don't forget, post them below. I'll try to answer as soon as possible. Okay, that's it for now. Mike with the Asus Transformer Pad Infinity, probably the best Android tablet available right now in stores.